Welcome into sports. I'm Jesse Simmons. Today is the day that the life of 32 athletes will change forever, as the 2024 NFL Draft is finally here. Two Florida Gator prospects have left their mark on Saturdays in the Swamp and look to continue that on Sundays. Center Kingsley Ngwakin brings thorough technique in the trenches, though he made 4 starts in 2023 due to injury. Receiver Ricky Pearsall brings poetic route running and jaw-dropping catches. Pearsall is confident in himself to succeed with any NFL team he goes to. Switching over to softball, the 12th-ranked Gators packed their home stadium on Swifty night against number 16 Florida State, but the Orange and Blue caught some bad blood against the Seminoles. After a tight 2-0 game, FSU stormed back in the top of the 5th inning. Capitalizing on 3 fielding errors by the Gators, Florida State turned the opportunity to 12 runs on 8 hits, including a pair of home runs. After a 40-minute inning, the Gators attempted a comeback, scratching a run across to complete a meltdown on defense that resulted in a 12-3 run rule. And one final note, the Tampa Bay Rays have announced their City Connect jerseys to be revealed on April 29th. But until then, we have another interesting reveal from our very own Jacob Sidesi. I'm Jesse Simmons. Welcome to sports. Georgia, Georgia. That sweet sound is back as the 88th Masters kicked off today at Augusta National Golf Club. Between the fresh-cut fairways and the beautiful azalea blooms, the best golfers in the world teed off to capture their own piece of green. On the hardwood, Gators men's basketball was so close, yet so far, as Wednesday night's game against league-leading Alabama came down to the wire in Tuscaloosa. After blowing a 10-point lead in the second half, the 24th-ranked Gators were able to keep the 13th-ranked Crimson Tide on edge, with forward Tyrese Samuel getting a lofted putback to tie the game at 85 apiece. This was followed by a clutch block from Micah Hanlockton to send the game into overtime. From there, the Tide shifted away from Florida, as Bama outscored the Gators 13-8 in OT to finish it off 98-93. The Gators moved to 18-8 on the season, and Bama continues to lead the SEC at 19-7. What better way to start the new season in the NBA with some in-state rivalry? And this one was all Orlando Magic. Even on the road in South Beach, Orlando dominated the Heat 116-97. Leading by 4 at half, the game got away in a hurry, with the Magic going up by as much as 32 points in the second half. Orlando's superstar Pablo Banchero dropped 32 points, and forward Franz Wagner not far behind with 23. But the big impact was Gary Harris coming off the bench with 18 points, which was more than all the players except Miami lineup's Terry Rozier. Coming up on WFT's First at 5, the state of Florida is continuing hurricane recovery relief efforts to impact the communities across the Gulf Coast.
And another kind of relief has just been approved for public service workers with student debt.
And a new grant is being allocated to support the future of Gainesville's public transport system. First at 5 starts right now.
First at 5.
Following the detriments the Tampa Bay area has faced from Hurricanes Helene and Milton, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced today in Tampa that he'll be donating $1 million from the Florida Disaster Fund to support state organizations supporting local communities. Donation recipients included the Family Initiative, Meals on Wheels, Our Daily Bread on Bradenton, Better Together, and Greater Than the Storm. On the beaches of St. Petersburg, restaurants are back on their feet following the destruction caused by Hurricanes Helene and most recently Milton. Little by little, beach businesses are opening their doors up to customers once again. For those that were able to open, the Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce gave reopening ceremonies to celebrate ribbon cuttings and all. Some of the businesses that were able to start back up include Rick's Reef, Sloppy Joe's Restaurant, St. Pete Pier, and Slice. Employed residents of Citrus and Levy County, whose jobs were negatively impacted by the lost Hurricanes Helene and Milton, now have access to business and employee support initiatives. Representatives from Career Source Florida, the Florida Commerce, and America's SBDC Florida will partner with Career Source Citrus Levy, Marion staff. They'll be based at the Citrus County Chamber of Commerce and the Career Source CLM Levy County Career Center from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. this Saturday and Sunday. These teams will be able to support you if in need of disaster employment assistance, job search, and emergency bridge loans.
Nobody was hurt in the fire.
Alachua County Police Department investigators were sent out to a car crash on US 441. The incident involved a 50-year-old motorcyclist and a pickup truck. Officials say the motorcyclist died due to the crash. They're still investigating the cause. Vice President Harris and former President Trump are each taking to unlikely communities in an attempt to sway the election in either of their favors. NBC's Alice Barr reports from Washington with the details. As the election approaches, Attorney General Moody is taking legal action against the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and its Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Moody claims that the department is refusing to verify Florida immigration records for Florida voter registration. The Attorney General details how the influx of immigration into the Sunshine State has potentially mixed non-citizens and citizens in Florida's voter registration count. The state is requesting a response from DHS on the refusal to provide these records.